Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Knight of Squires and this is Warhammer Total War 2 multiplayer. Today we have the third and final match in the third round of the tournament that I've been running, and it's a bit of a blast. So I'm going to jump right in after just saying that it's between Isronair and KoS. The first match is Lizardmen versus Skaven, so that classic matchup. And I will see you on the loading screen. So here we are. We've got Isronair playing a different build to what we've been expecting from him now. There's not a single ranged rattling gun or warp lightning cannon in sight. We've got 5 units of gutter runners with poison, a hell pit abomination, and a Gracier of plague on Screaming Bell. And then some slaves and 3 units of storm vermin. Whereas for KoS, we have a Saurus Old Blood with a Cold One mount, 3 units of Saurus with clubs, and then 3 units of Feral Cold Ones, 2 units of Cold One Knights, and 1 unit of Cold One Knights with spears, 2 units of 2 Feral Cold Ones, Feral Carnosaurs, words, and a Bastillodon with solar engine. It's a very mobile build here. Clearly expecting the typical ranged list from Isronair, but it's not there. So let's have a quick look at the deployments. Isronair, 3 blocks of storm vermin behind, a line of Skaven slaves and slaves with spears. The Gracier on the Screaming Bell, beautiful model. I love the Gracier with Screaming Bell. And Hell Pit Abomination here. The Gracier has got a number of spells, including the dreaded 13th spell, Vermintide, and Plague. So that should be handy for him there. The Gutter Runners, we've got 2 units of them here, and then we've got 2 units of them on the other side over here. Surrounding KoS force, which is blocked nicely in the middle here, we've got 1, 2, and 3 units of Feral Cold Ones with spears, 1 Carnosaur, 3 units of Club Saurus infantry. The Saurus Old Blood on Cold One is nicely here in the middle. The Cold One Riders here, Cold One Riders here, and then the other Carnosaur and the Bastillodon with solar engine here. Basically what I think is going to happen here is an almighty charge down the middle into a wall of rats. And honestly, with that sort of size of cavalry unit, I would expect that to just punch right the way through, although the mass of the Screaming Bell and Hell Pit Abomination might slow it all down long enough for the Gutter Runners to start shooting in. These are all hidden, so we'll have a look how it goes. So right off the bat, we've got some magic nonsense going off over here in the background. It doesn't do anything, but it looks cool as all hell. The feral dinos are coming down, looking to flank round the sides, and these units of Gutter Runners have been seen. I'm not sure what by, but the hidden units have been revealed by the predatory instincts of the Carnosaur. It's really difficult to sneak round the flanks of these things, but the poison is going to slow him down immensely and do a boatload of damage. Yeah, look at that. The poison just slowing him to an almost crawl. The Feral Cold Ones and the Feral Carnosaur have begun their long march around the flank. And nothing else in the Skaven army has moved yet. The solar engine putting a dent in those slaves. Killing like 11, 14 slaves just straight off the bat. Poor sods. The Saurus infantry are forming a nice wall there with the Carnosaur having taken a few shots going around the flank. KoS has decided that slaves are not good enough fodder for that and decided to shoot into the storm vermin instead, killing 8 of them. A flank coming around here. It looks like there's going to come right the way back, although Isronair has pulled the spears to try and create a box. I don't know where these Gutter Runners have gone or what they're shooting at. They're basically standing there not doing anything, and they're standing there not doing anything either. I assume he's waiting to get in and among the back. The solar engine really going to town on some of these units, doing a lot of damage. Carnosaur has Wither and Plague erupting, not doing a whole heap, but suddenly everything is breaking. The Skaven slaves have decided, no thank you, not today. We've got a wall of them here, about to get recharged by all these feral cold ones. The storm vermin really need to turn around and see what's about to happen. And the charge is actually blunted by the fleeing Skaven slaves. Oof. And now the gutter runners fall in and start lobbing their little shurikens into the back of the Saurus warrior units. The Bastillodon coming to scare them off. They're not immune to psychology, so that will be a problem. But the Hellpit Abomination and Gracia with Blessed with Filth, Unholy Clangor, all sorts going on here, is causing some real issues for these Skaven units. Blessed with Filth come down on what looks like an awful lot of his own men. Not entirely certain that was intended. This Carnosaur going to town on these storm vermin, but I'm not going to lie, probably not where he wants to be. The anti-large is going to be doing an absolute number on them. Bastillodon, armoured, probably not going to be too fussed by all these little shurikens coming in on it, but doing, over time they will do some number of damage to it. The Saurus have now engaged. They've come swarming down to try and help the Carnosaur, but it has rampaged. It has gone mental in the middle of a storm vermin with halberds. Over here we've got more halberds, all these anti-large, great against this really heavy cavalry force that was brought by KoS. All these feral cold ones breaking. The Saurus Old Blood getting absolutely trounced in that gap, surrounded by these storm vermin who are all eager and are just cutting him to ribbons. The gutter runners with poison have come round and are just absolutely shredding these Saurus warriors. Helped out by the Hellpit Abomination, obviously, but there's some unit of Skaven slaves prodding them with spears, and one unit of gutter runners is broken. There's things breaking all over the place and running in really strange directions. I don't know where that other Carnosaur went. Is he dead? Did he die? No, he fled, but he has rallied just in time to come running into more storm vermin with 1,000 health. More storm vermin. He is about to break again, and he has broken. A rampaging unit of Saurus Cold One Riders here with some Skaven slaves with spears. Again, anti-large. And I think that was a concession made by KoS. His entire army was breaking, to be honest. It was going a bit horribly there. So let's have a look at the end page. The numbers of heavy cavalry that were brought here. Look at these kill counts: 211, 60, 61, 43. These all got 62 plus kills. Huge number of casualties inflicted here. But the numbers that were brought by comparison, like, these storm vermin killed 46, and that was a huge chunk. 30 by the Hellpit Abomination. The gutter runners didn't do a whole lot, but I think the poison really helped, and the encircling of KoS' army was pretty spectacular. So the next match is a Vampire Counts versus Wood Elves. We are 1-0 to Isronair, and we're going to go straight to that battle and see how that one goes. So here we are. We have the Wood Elves. We have the Orion that's become well known for Isronair now. We've got Spellsinger with the Life, 3 units of Eternal Guard, 3 units of Deepwood Scouts, 2 units of Wild Riders, 2 Glade Riders, and a Tree Man. Whereas for KoS, we have a Strigoi Vampire, 4 units of Zombies, 5 units of Ghouls, 3 units of Crypt Horrors, 2 units of Vargheists, a Terrorgeist, and a Corpse Cart. Very durable list here for Kordav. There's a lot of units, like these will regenerate. This will cause everything to regenerate. There's a lot going on here. Some solid gooning potential with the Terrorgeist and Crypt Horrors and Vargeists. It's gonna be pretty immense. So a lot of mass here. These 5 units of monstrous infantry, that's a lot of mass to punch through. It's going to be difficult to hold the line for Isronair. We are playing on the same map, so it's basically the same thing again. And let's have a look at these deployments. So we have here 3 units of Glade Guard of Eternal Guard with spears, the Tree Man and Orion, with the Law of Life spellcaster there. And then behind, using the same trick as before, we have the 2 units of Glade Riders and the 3 units of Wild Riders. Well, 2 units of Wild Riders and 3 units of Deepwood Scouts. Kordav, on the other hand, has a Terrorgeist up here, 2 units of Vargeists. The flying units alone are going to be pretty harsh here. 2 units of Vargeist and a Terrorgeist. The Strigoi Vampire King here, happily chilling. And then the Crypt Horrors, 2 units there. The Corpse Cart with the Unholy Lodestone, keeping all of this around for all the time that it needs. Restoring 2 hit points a second. There's so much regeneration in this. And Vigor Mortis giving +5 melee attack and defense. It's going to be really hard to chew through all of this. There's the other unit of Crypt Horrors. This is going to be quite a slog, I think, this match. So, without further ado, let's see how this goes. So straight off, Kordav's army starts rearranging itself mostly and getting itself all ready, and then just comes straight down. The monstrous units start coming. I think they're going to try and punch through and then have the zombies fill in the gaps. Crypt Ghouls there, there, and there. I think honestly it's just all coming down the hills. No real effort made to find skirmishers except these as the Wild Riders and the Wild Riders and the Deepwood Scouts come out. Deepwood Scouts, with a lot of archers here, really going to be very handy trying to take out these Vargeist and this Terrorgeist. But a breath attack, eating a couple of those Deepwood Scouts, didn't kill any of them, but did some nice HP damage. And then the Glade Riders run out from the other side. The Wild Riders just kind of standing there. Are they being used as bait? In the meantime, the Glade Riders are just firing down into the Terrorgeist and the Vargeists. The Glade Riders continuously peppering this vampire army. All the while, it comes charging down into 3 units of Eternal Guard. The Tree Man blunting the charge to prevent the mass coming right the way through. And I don't know what these Crypt Horrors have done. They're just standing just out. They didn't want to charge. Did they just walk in? But they're not really engaging. There we go. Might have been a tiny misplay there, I think. Orion's hunting hounds into that mass of Crypt Ghouls and zombies. Down comes the Hawk's Talons as well. So much damage into these very lightly armoured foes. And the Tree Man just holding the midsection, knocking probably more of his elves on their ass than anything else, unfortunately. And there's the Law of Life, casting, I believe it's an Earthblood, to just keep everybody topped up. Yep, Earthblood, overcast Earthblood to keep everybody healthy here. All the while, the Wild Riders have come charging into the back of the zombie horde, only to get mobbed by Vargeists and are promptly broken. But the Glade Riders, the other unit of Wild Riders, the Deepwood Scouts have kind of stopped moving. They need to get their asses in gear and start moving towards the fight. But just peppering shots into these flying units. Look at that. Chunked the health there. There's like 5 Wild Riders escaping there. They're probably not going to do a whole lot. The Vargol, the Terrorgeist is going back. Orion has engaged. He's in the middle of the enemy army now. And another Earthblood going down. Another chunk of that. all at the same time, there's just the corpse cart with Unholy Lodestone in the middle, keeping all of these units topped off with health. This is such a slog. But the Eternal Guard are holding up nicely. They've only lost, what, 10 and 10 models each. They are holding nicely. Orion completely unharmed in the middle. With that Eternal Guard back up, he is just quite happy to chunk his way through that. The Strigoi King also unharmed, but these Crypt Ghouls taking quite a pummeling. I don't know where the Strigoi King is. I think he's here in the middle of this fight. Doesn't look like he's be having a great time, honestly. There he is, look. Happily in the middle there. The Tree Man just stamping on everybody. The Earthbloods are doing an absolute lifesaver of a job. These Crypt Ghouls clearly decided to come and take on this mage, who decided no thank you and just beat the absolute crap out of him. I'm going to choose to believe that she did that single-handedly. I don't think she did, but I'm going to choose to believe it because that's an amusing image in our part. That this single wood elf just decided to kick the living crap out of them. These Vargeists have been having a whale of a time chasing these Glade Riders, while the other ones just shoot them off the map. There's like 3 of them left. Their HP is dropping. It's not great for them. So, the Terrorgeist, the Deepwood Scouts are peppering it with shots, doing quite a chunk of damage, but it does regenerate health. It's not something you can just pepper down. And that breath attack did a little bit more than the last one, although no real HP damage. I think it didn't kill a model or anything. But the amount of firepower being pumped into it, it is losing binding at this point. Its leadership is failing. Let's go check the main army again. The Life Mage helping these guys hold the line. Look at this. These Eternal Guard just haven't moved since the battle started. This unit of Deepwood Scouts firing into the back. And the slog is real. Look at these kill numbers. Like, these ones at the back, but these guys, like, 35 kills, 43 kills, 18 kills. How many's the Tree Man got? 65 kills. It's just, I honestly think the bindings are going to be what kills most of this army. Where's that corpse cart? Completely unharmed. This is something that Isronair really needs to be focusing on. If those Deepwood Scouts could come and just get rid of this corpse cart, it would be a very different fight. But the bindings are starting to break on a lot of units, and this unit of Wild Riders came charging in, pulled off this Crypt Horror unit, and then ran away again as the Glade Riders have come round and firing more shots in. It is pretty brutal. The Terrorgeist is starting to crumble over there. Its health is almost gone. The Deepwood Scouts are just firing it, and that's it. That's it. It's gone. All gone. All that. A unit of Crypt Ghouls have come right the way round. I think they've been summoned by the Strigoi King. Come round the back and are starting to have a real whale of a time here. Like, they're racking up kills like no man's business. Look at that. But all it'll take is another Earthblood from this young lady here, and this could all turn again. I think this unit of Deepwoods, this unit of Eternal Guard have finally started to have enough. 62 kills. They're wavering, they're about to break, and they've broken. The other two are looking alright for leadership. Orion's Hounds ripping through those undead monsters again. Absolutely chunking through them. It's like the zombies are crumbling everywhere. The corpse cart is okay, but like Orion and the Strigoi King are going to start having a fight any moment now. He goes into those Eternal Guard. Starting to get... He's unfortunately been completely surrounded, but the units are starting to break and flee. The entire army has moved away from the fight. I think they're just leaving the Strigoi King there. Look, he's got him and the corpse cart, and that is all. The Strigoi King has 6 kills to his name. And Orion is coming back. I think he just wanted to duel the king with Orion. In he goes! It's a 1v1 King v Orion. The Strigoi Lord has the Ghoul King of Ushoran, which restores a boatload of his health. and the Claws of Morcane for extra weapon damage. But the Wood Elves are hardly playing fair, and they are shooting in with Glade Riders. Orion is winning, and then the Tree Man joins in. This is not an honourable fight. This here is not an honourable fight. I will be having words with Isronair after this. This is not honourable, but there goes the Ghoul King, and that is a victory for Isronair. A little bit disappointed in the lack of honour in that last engagement there, but Orion with 362 kills. Like, that is an insane number of kills. 79 kills on the Tree Man, 68, 11, 10, 73 and 58 on these archers. The Eternal Guard with 60 plus kills on 2 units. These guys really held the line and just gave back so heavily to the rest of the army. The Spellsinger probably could not have been a better choice by Isronair. Whereas over here for Kordav, 44 for the Terrorgeist, 23 and 34. That these heavy units unfortunately didn't punch through the Eternal Guard quite like Kordav probably wanted them to. And the Crypt Ghouls just couldn't get through the shields and the armor. The zombies achieved almost nothing except to add weight and mass to the army, but it didn't seem to really work. The Eternal Guard, I think what potentially should have happened is once the ghouls had engaged, the zombies could have marched round the flanks and into the back of the units to try and get some surrounding penalties there. But great play there by both players. Isronair going 2-0, and that is the end of this round. That is the end of this match. What a game. Thank you all for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure having you, and I will see you tomorrow.